in there, and the guard told him to cut off the TV. He was sitting there with a woman, and they were just talking and watching TV. And so I went over to him because I felt really, really bad that they were being treated like that. And I said, hey, I'm really sorry. I said, it got mixed up, I guess. The warden sent several letters to me and copied me in on what he told the deputy warden that we were going to be doing. So I'm sorry. And they knew me from December when I was there. They're very nice two people. And I said, but he said, so what are you doing? I said, well, I'm here to kind of deliver a message and try to encourage people and invite them to my main thing is for people to get to know me and invite them into the support network, the long-term thing. And I also introduce people to the Design Your Empowered Year program that we can scholarship them into for long-term mentoring. So I just come as a friend to let them know that people care. And they like that, of course. Well, when I said, but I got to tell you, as much as I love you, this man was 38 years old. I said, it's the 85%. Then I explained to him what the 85% was, children that are born into families with incarceration. And he said to me, that's what happened to me. My father was incarcerated my whole life. This is real life stuff that I'm bringing to you. I'm making an appeal to everyone listening to this show. If you're in prison listening to it, then make some changes. Know that we're here for you. Join Right Thinking Foundation when you get out. I want to have a special thanks to John Hagan, who I ate dinner with after I was in North Dakota. John, I love you and thank you for all that you're doing, and we're going to get this thing done. John is working in the state of North Dakota trying to help get my radio shows onto the JPay network so that men and women in prisons throughout the country will have access to my shows. So we're working on that, and it's going to happen. Thank you, John. It's just wonderful what you do. Thank you to Deputy Warden Steve Foster. He sat in on my whole show. He sat in on the whole evening in North Dakota State Penitentiary there in the afternoon, rather. And he gave me a beautiful, beautiful thank you and endorsement. And Lacey, the unit head, sat in also. And Tom Petrick, you sat in on the one at Missouri River. And we had some conversation on whether I really did teach financial literacy and helping them control their canteen spending. But I did. I'm trying to help them get their thinking straight, and they're going to self-motivate. And it's all in the book. And I've offered my email, my address to everyone that I met in prison, that I can be your pen pal. I can follow up. One last story that's really one of my main points that I want to leave you with is this. So when I was in Powder River, talking about the 85%, this young man, about 26 years old in the back, he raised his hand and he said, my father and mother were divorced when I was young. My mother was a drug addict, prostitute, bringing men home while I was a kid. My parents got divorced and my father got into drug dealing. When I was 14 years old, my father took me aside and he gave me a bag of drugs and he said, here, I want you to try this. We need to sell this and make some money. This 14-year-old boy that's in prison now and at 26 years old was turned on to drugs by his own father. And he said to me, my father is in the same prison here right now where I'm at in Ward B. I want to pause for about 5 seconds. These stories that I'm telling you are real. It's time we do something about it. I'm going to stop on this broadcast, talk more about it later. There's so much more that I want to share with you. I met people across the country that told me to keep doing what I'm doing. I met a woman named Sherry at Painted Hills in Oregon, a national park, one of the most beautiful places ever. And I gave her my story. And she told me that she's a librarian in Wilsonville, Oregon, and that she takes children into a women's prison to connect with their mothers because it's so important for children and their parents to be connected. I met a woman at the, I think it's called the Morley Nelson Snake River National Birds of Prey area. And I saw a peregrine falcon do a nosedive all the way down, but there's a woman camping there. And when I told her what I do, at the end of it, she said, I'm enlightened also, and I travel all over the world going into prisons trying to give people the message. And she introduced me to a person named Byron Katie, Katie, and it's called The Work. And it's just 4 questions that Byron Katie's program offers people about what the truth is in your life, and to accept the truth and to not hear other people that are being untruthful. So with that said, I've met people. And so I need to end it now. And anybody that I didn't say thank you to, thank you, Donna, for being with me in spirit this whole trip, talking to me. Gary, thank you for all the support you've given me. Chuck, thank you for your production. Everybody with the Design Your Empowered Year, Leffert, Miziel, John, Fabio, God bless each one of you. Lindsay, Willie. I'm going to get off the air now because Willie, my 3-year-old grandson, he doesn't understand time, and every day for the last 3 weeks, Mommy, take me to the airport to pick up Papa. Well, he called me this morning right before I got on the air, and he says, Papa, today, I'm excited. I want to see you today. So with that said, I don't know if I got my message across to you today, but thank you for listening. Contact me at rightthink.org. I'm with you. Be a volunteer to be a volunteer advocate. Thank you, Wynn, for taking care of that side of the program. And so with that said, God bless each one of you, and let's get out there and make a difference. Thanks for listening to Right Thinking with Steve Copeland. I look forward to being with you again next week. And remember, don't quit, plan ahead, it will get better. God bless you and have a great week.